Hey, front row. I thought I would go live because there's just a couple of things I want to show you that I am excited about that I think are really cool. And what I'm going to do first is share my screen. And I guess that'll work. Let me scooch that down and scooch this out of the way. And I want you to see this, but what is that junk? Hold on. I don't like that white stuff that's showing up in the corner of our screen. What is that? Hi, Gracie Ruth. Happy Friday. All right, let's just begin. I don't know. I'm being a little bit anal retentive there. Okay, so what I want to show you, a couple of fun things. One is April, and April she's here in the front row. She's also in front row VIP. And yesterday on Instagram, I noticed that she did the coolest thing. And you may recall I featured April and Jamia just the other day when we did that training about how to create an About Me Instagram story and then post it to your highlights. Well, that was inspired by Jamia and April. And then yesterday I saw April do this and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. So I kind of think we all need to do this as well. So check it out. I'm just going to show you her story. We want to start at the beginning. Okay, here it is. I'm just going to say it. I have the best community filled with the most amazing women. And then she shows the top contributors, because your Facebook group will show you that. Want to meet a few of the best? Follow these women. And then she goes through and she highlights each of the rock star women who are in her group. And she tags them and she just really lets them shine. Okay? So, and they're all really, it's such a diverse group of women that when you start to read all this stuff, you start to read about them, you're like, oh my goodness, I want to join these women, because they've got such interesting stories, which is really what April's group is all about.
Seriously, you guys, these are some of the best women, and they are showing up in the Light Beamers community and sharing their story and really just shining a big fat light out into the world.
So I don't know if you could hear her through the camera, but so then she was inviting everybody to join her in her group, and she's saying there's a link in the bio. And then this one is their second highlight, which goes into like who she is or whatever. So you guys, when you do create a story like this, then what you can do is, because stories normally disappear, is archive it and then turn it into a highlight so it will sit on your Instagram profile all the time. And then the other thing that you can do is I can click on that highlight, and so can April, and so can anyone. And then I can copy the link, and now I can share a link to this story in an email, and that could actually be like an email topic in and of itself, right? So April could send this out to her email list and say, hey, I'm always talking about my group. Let me introduce you to some of the women who are in there. So I just was really inspired by that. I plan on doing that myself with Front Row VIP. So I wanted to show you that. The other thing that I want to talk about is I'd live streamed about this the other day. I talked about it in my flash briefing today, and I talked about it in the email today that I sent out. But it's about the new, and before I do that, because I think Nika's watching, Nika needs to go to bed. Nika, if you'll post the link down below while we're talking about Instagram, I don't want to forget to mention to you that we've got a fantastic training coming up on, is it Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday, 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Sue Zimmerman. This is not a training for you if you are, if you're an expert on Instagram already, but this is like if you you have less than 1,000 followers, you aren't quite sure how to use Instagram for business, this will be the training for you. And everybody keeps asking me if there's a replay. I actually don't know. I would imagine that there is. I'm going to reach out to the Sue BZ team today and ask them. Obviously, if there is, I'm happy to share that with you. So make sure and sign up for that. And Nika will put a link to the registration for that in the comments below. Okay, so the thing that I wanted to show you that is really pretty cool is, let me pop open a new window, and that is when you want to open up any kind of new Google anything. So we're going to say docs.new. Bam. New Google Doc is opened. If I want to type in slides.new or slide.new or presentation.new, they've thought about all the different variations. Then it opens up a new slide deck. And you could do the same thing for forms, Google Sites, all the things. So that's really cool. Yesterday when I was teaching my college class at Cleveland State, a lot of people don't have websites. A lot of people who aren't in this world that we're in, they don't have landing pages. They don't know what a landing page is. They don't know, they don't really even know why they need a website. So obviously when I'm teaching marketing, we got to talk about websites, but it's not like everybody there is so ready to spend money on a website. They don't necessarily have a business or whatever. So I came in and showed them how to do, a really simple website in Google Sites. And I was hoping that the site that I created yesterday would show up. I don't see it because I made a really pretty one. But here's what I want to show you. So if you look over to the right with Google Sites, you can add stuff, change your format. You can make it, you can add your brand colors. You can do everything. You can add, if you scroll down here, you can see you can add everything. Dividers, buttons, YouTube videos, sheets, forms, charts, calendars, everything. And you can really make them look pretty good. But there's two big downfalls with having a Google site. One is that it gives you sort of a really long, ugly URL. And the other thing is that there's no real way to capture someone's email address, which, as we know, is a very, very important thing. Oh, I just noticed this embed code. Okay, now this changes everything. Now what I was doing is I was showing them how to insert a button. Okay, so let's say we'll type in subscribe, and right now I'm just going to have it go to jenlehner.com if it'll let me. Okay, so there's the button, and we'll put it there, and we'll make it bigger, and we'll drag it to the middle, and then we'll change the color, and we'll do that later because that's not what I want to show you. Okay, so you've got this button and everything, but what we want is people to be able to give their email address. So what I did was we went over here to forms, okay, and we created a really quick Google form. In fact, I think this is it right here. Insert. And this form, actually I need to put that behind the button, but it just asks for first name and their email address, okay? And then what I did, let's get the link for it. So I'm going to get the link, and I'm going to come back over here, and I'm going to delete that, and then I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to go like this, and now I am going to put the form there. Now, is this as nice as the way you could do it on other websites? No, it's not, but it would work in a pinch, right? If you just need a landing, if you just need a landing page, something to put your portfolio on, your phone number, your address, a little bit of about me, this would do the trick and then some. Let's see here. Anytime you can add HTML, you can add those email bits, but seriously, WordPress. I don't know who said that, but okay. Yes, I get it. But I'm just saying there are a lot of people like, that are trying to validate an idea, right? Like they don't want to do a whole website. They don't want to do all the things. You can absolutely outline an idea, put a prototype, a picture of a product, an idea for a course, a subscribe button. You could put in a survey, a video, and send it out, and it would absolutely suffice as a brochure, really, right? Like it's just a digital brochure. So it's not something that we would want to have forever. This embed code would let us put the like whatever opt-in box from your MailChimp or your ConvertKit or whatever, and you could actually get the real subscribe thing here, and you wouldn't have to do this ridiculous roundabout thing that I thought was so fancy 5 minutes ago and now I see as worthless. So, I mean, not completely worthless, but, the computational thinking behind it is not terrible, right? Like that's how you got to think about some stuff when you're like duct taping things together, as we often do. And I think that is it. It was the .new, and it was the Snapchat camera, which was a big update, which, got me super duper excited, this week. And I've just been playing with it nonstop and actually not getting, the work done that I need to get done because this is just, it's too fun. It's just too distracting. So on that note, I'm going to wish you a happy Friday, and don't forget, very final thing that I wanted to tell you. Today is the last day to get your 40% off at Social Media Marketing World. And that is my very favorite conference in all the world. If you can't make it, because it is all the way in California, so if you're a long way from California as I am, then you can just get the digital pass. And the digital pass is fantastic. And you get the digital pass with the full access pass as well. I wanted to tell you that. That is, it's fantastic. You won't need to buy another course next year. If you get the digital pass to Social Media Marketing World, because it's literally every single session, every single slide deck from every single session. And they really do very high quality work there. And so I'm very impressed. Okay, you guys, I don't think I have any questions. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you later.